I was actually on Beast Games, and I'm gonna answer 100 of the juiciest questions. Like, does MrBeast actually fake his videos? Were any contestants mistreated? And how much money did I win? Don't worry, we're gonna answer all of them. Starting with, how does one actually get on Beast Games? You see me, you see my braces, you see some of my acne. I'm kind of a dork. I'm kind of an idiot. I have no idea how I got on Beast Games, but somehow, some way, a couple months ago, I was like, whoop-de-doo, I guess I'll apply to Beast Games. And so just a day later, I got a phone call, and then voila, I was on Beast Games. So I went to Vegas, and then I competed in episodes 1 and 2, which you can obviously check out on his YouTube channel and on Amazon Prime Video. And the most important question of them all is, does he fake his videos? I've spent more time with MrBeast than most people can say on this earth. That sounds weird, but the point is that I have been there firsthand. I've seen the videos, I've interacted with the contestants, and I can say completely and utterly honestly that he most certainly does not fake his videos. Like, that money that he's standing on, that is completely real money. All the contestants are all just like random people. Like, one girl was just from the suburbs of Utah. Another guy was an aspiring actor from LA. Another person was a former MrBeast contestant who lived in New York. And so while there were some people who were formerly on other MrBeast videos, by and large, most people there were just normal people. People like me. People like you watching this video. People who just randomly got the opportunity of a lifetime to compete for $5 million. Next, was anyone actually mistreated during Beast Games? Personally, I don't have any complaints. I can't speak for everyone, but that's my personal experience. But then I'm not gonna lie, I had some gripes of MrBeast and how he treated us during Vegas. Like, for example, we were fed like soggy oatmeal and like the worst food ever. It was honestly, like, I think that was torture alone. That was more of a challenge than the actual challenges themselves. Trying to eat that soggy oatmeal and the most wackadoodle meals that they gave us, those were horrible. But I will say that MrBeast and his team greatly learned from these mistakes, and when we went to Canada, the meals got so much better. So I think just in general, MrBeast and his team, they made mistakes, sure, but they learned from them and they improved upon them. And anything that did go wrong, they reached out to those people and they made sure everything was a-okay. Now, bear in mind, I got eliminated at the end of episode 2. Now, on that same note, how much money did I make during Beast Games? And the answer is $2,000. I made $1,000 from the shoot in Vegas, and I made another $1,000 from getting eliminated. I don't know where MrBeast got all this money from. He went to his bunker and scraped out some money to pay for my flights, my food, and my hotels. But I'm not complaining. I'm grateful. Thanks, MrBeast. And by the way, MrBeast and the crew, if you guys are watching this video, hey, I want to be on future videos. Hit me up, emails in the description. MrBeast, you have my phone number. Give me a call anytime. We can work something out. Okay, I think we need Mr. Ivan Ragas for future videos. Next, since I did survive the episode 2, that means I went to the city. So what was the city actually like? Now, they didn't really show too much on screen, but the city was kind of like a mix between like a college campus and a park. You had showers, you had food, you had bikes, you had footballs, you had places you could sunbathe. And it was like such a vibe sitting there, hanging out with your friends. We had no cell phones, so we were kind of forced to socialize, which was kind of a nice change of pace, I'm not gonna lie. But the craziest part was that everyone would spread rumors and gossip. Like, people would talk about backstabbing each other. People would talk about how this person was bad. It kind of got crazy, but overall, it was such a vibe and it was so much fun. The only complaint I have is that the sleeping arrangements were no bueno. Like, it would get super hot, like around like 9 a.m. And since the shoots happened at night, that means we didn't get much sleep. Because I mean, there's just like 50 people crammed inside of a house. And so it got hot really quick. So it's understandable, but it wasn't the best. But overall, the city was really cool, really awesome. And how MrBeast did it, I have no idea. Next, how was meeting the cast and crew and who's my favorite? Now, I personally met some of my heroes, people that I have been watching for the past 10 years and finally got the opportunity to meet, like Carl, Laserbeam, Mac, Chandler, MrBeast, of course. And I gotta say that all of them were super down-to-earth people. And even though they're like super uber famous, they never felt like untouchable or like you couldn't really approach them. I remember one time we were talking to Carl about anime. I remember another time I was talking to Mac asking about editing advice. I remember another time I was talking to Nolan and we were just talking about life and just cracking jokes, honestly, just hanging out with them. And it was really cool. Another thing that was really cool was just talking to Jimmy, because despite Jimmy, seeming like this evil supervillain who just does like the most insane things, when you talk to him, you're just like, oh, this guy's like just like a chill guy. He's just like a regular dude. And I gotta say, my favorite member was Mac. Mac was super chill. I really resonated with him, like his editing background, and I just thought he was a cool guy. He also bench presses. I think he told me his max was like 235 or something, which is crazy. That guy's a total G. That guy was really cool. Next, how long did everything take from start to finish? Honestly, the way they edited it made it seem like it went by so quick, but honestly, there was so much waiting in between challenges. I mean, we're talking like anywhere between 4 hour to an 8 hour wait. And especially since there were so many people, you would have to stop and get food. You have to stop and get a bathroom break. And then you have to stop and get a final bathroom break. And it was just so much waiting, so much setup, so much preparation. But then when the challenges finally came, it was like you locked in and it felt like time like disappeared. And it was such an insane experience. Next, did it suck to compete? Like, was it a bad experience? Because don't get me wrong, when you look at the videos, you see people crying, you see people heartbroken, and I get it. But honestly, some people, they would quit their jobs, or some people would put their all into winning it all. But my perspective was always like, I'm just gonna come here for a fun time. Like, I'm here to have fun, honestly. And so when I got eliminated at the end of episode 2, I felt so grateful to have gotten that far. A little bummed, obviously, that I didn't get farther. But I never expected to get that far. And obviously the chances of me winning 5 million was super low. I was just there for a good time, honestly. And if you're watching this and you want to be on a MrBeast video, just apply. I'll put that link in the description too for like the casting thing. And who knows, you could also get the opportunity of a lifetime and make some really cool friends. Next, did MrBeast ever get frustrated during filming? Now, this was such a surreal experience because when I actually saw MrBeast firsthand, I saw him like making mistakes. I saw him like one time he was trying to speak and then he had like the cough. And it was so funny because when you see the videos, it's like perfect. Everything is perfect. But then when you're actually watching it, he's like looking at his Apple Notes, trying to make sure the words are right. It's just really cool, honestly. Next, do I regret anything from my experience? Now, as you know, I got eliminated at the end of episode 2. And honestly, just throughout it, I felt like it was so luck-based that where I got was luck, where I got eliminated was luck. And maybe it changes for future episodes. I can't comment on that. Obviously, I signed an NDA. Don't sue me, Amazon. Don't sue me. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't regret it, but I also felt kind of bummed that it felt like you were always trying to eliminate yourself for the challenges. Like, I wanted the challenge where the people wanted to stay, like the tower block one. That one was pretty cool. That one was individual skill based, whereas like the team based ones, and you got to make sure that the person next to you doesn't want to sacrifice you and take 100K. Like, come on, you're relying on other people, and I just hate that. I want to be in control of my own destiny. But again, this was such a fun ride. Thank you, MrBeast. It was the opportunity of a lifetime.